Next, we have our 10:15 a.m. item, 6.9, consideration of letter of support for the Tribal EcoRestoration Alliances, TERA, PG&E's Better Together Nature Positive Innovation Grant, and authorize the chair to sign. Supervisor Pyska?
We have our climate resiliency officer here also. We were notified late last week of these two items, the next one as well. This one is to support TERA, and as you all know, TERA has just recently received some pretty significant federal funding, which we were happy to also be a part of and support. And this is just another effort to continue to develop that capacity with such a critically important program here in the county.
Yes, we're excited about this because of the training, the workforce development training opportunities that will be made available through the work that TERA is doing. And to get more people trained in traditional ecological knowledge. And I believe Kristen Murphy from the Lake County RCD, and who also works with TERA, the Tribal Eco-Restoration Alliance, is online. If you have any other questions.
She is online. If you wanted to speak, Kristen Murphy, please raise your hand and we will bring you over to the panelists. And I say we, but that's not me. Thank you, Johanna.
Good morning. Thank you so much for adding this as an agenda item last minute last week. This first letter of support for TERA for the PG&E Better Together Nature grant is specifically to help develop the new parcel that TERA is currently undergoing to acquire in Upper Lake, to help develop a fully fledged training center. Quite to what Terry was just saying, we're very excited to be using it as an eco-cultural demonstration site to be able to host the workforce training program there on site, and other members of community to learn more about how to integrate traditional ecological knowledge into bioresiliency, forest health, and all of those other kind of natural resource management tools that TERA provides. This grant is being applied for about $100,000 and will go directly to staff and the purchasing and equipping of that demonstration site.
Thank you very much. Vice Chair?
Yes, I had the privilege of attending the graduation ceremony that was in my district a couple weeks back, and there was about 10 to 12 graduates sharing what they've learned in regards to plants, how they operate, what they're used for, the names, the Latin names, if you will, the ancestral names. And so it was really a good program, and I like how you mentioned workforce, because a lot of them had jobs lined up once they finished that. So so I think it's a good program, and I just wanted to highlight that I was able to attend that graduation.
Thank you for that. Supervisor Green?
Thank you. Appreciate this. I don't see in the agenda packet the grant proposal itself, but to the support letter we're being asked to consider today, it's to I guess my question is, if the site has not been fully acquired yet, is this grant application demonstration site tied to the acquisition of that site, or can this work be done on alternate sites if there's a problem with the site under consideration? And it's just an academic question. I'm sure things are going to move ahead, but I don't know the timeline of this particular grant, and I didn't see the grant proposal in the bundle.
That's a great question, and one that we are also considering at TERA. So we have been working with a realtor, with the property owner, and with the county planning department to ensure that TERA will indeed acquire this property. We have the zoning all sorted out. We are certain that the funds to buy this property are earmarked for TERA and actually the Workforce Alliance of the North Bay, who is the lead applicant on this grant. Those funds to purchase the property come from HUD, the federal entity, passed through to the state through the Housing and Community Development Agency here in California. There were $6.6 million allocated specifically for Lake County related to the 2018 wildfires that occurred. So we are working with the grantor right now to ensure that that's happening. We actually just submitted another budget adjustment yesterday, I believe, and are working on ensuring that we can get advance payment to actually purchase this property, since it's a couple $1 million, and wanting to make sure that the cash flow works for that. So we are positive that we will get the funding to purchase that property. We have a timeline, so that way the TERA should have site control by January 2015 after escrow and all of that real estate processing happens. We are assuming that we are going to have this PG&E grant start also in January 2025. So that way we have a full 12 to 18 months to be able to actually implement the work that we're describing in the proposal. One of the reasons why you don't have that proposal is that we are still working on it, actually. We really only had the opportunity to start working on it last week, which is why it was a late notice for the letter of support. So we should be finishing that up today.
Thank you for the very detailed answer. Appreciate it. And it's not going to be contingent on our support letter today, but would love to see that grant when it does come together.
Absolutely.
Kristen, I just want to thank you and Jade and the RCD for pulling all of these things together. I can't even, I'm just so excited about the amount of millions of dollars that are flowing in just from these collaborations that we've spent the last few years building. So thank you so much.
Me too. It's my pleasure. I'm glad to be doing it with all of you.
I see no further comments or questions. Let's go ahead and open it up for the public. Anyone wish to speak on this item? I see no hands in Zoom and no one moving in the chamber, so I'll bring it back to the board.
I move that we approve the letter of support for the Tribal Eco-Restoration Alliance's TERA PG&E's Better Together Nature Positive Innovation Grant and authorize the chair to sign.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. We will continue right along with item 6.10 or 10:16 a.m., consideration of letter of support for the Coalitions and Collaboratives Community Catalyst Fund grant application submitted by the Lake County Resource Conservation District, LCRCD. Supervisor Pyska.
The COCO grant is another opportunity that we have been able to successfully leverage in the past. So I'm really excited to see this opportunity coming up once again. Again, for building out the capacity that we have so long needed. Do you want to say anything, Terry?
Yeah, it's another opportunity for a local organization, this time the Resource Conservation District, to partner with our Forest Service. As you know, the Mendocino National Forest has been hit quite hard. 98% has burned since 2018. And so the more local partnerships to develop and work on that land there I think is just a positive thing. And so again, Kristen Murphy from Jade with the Lake County RCD is also on the line to answer any of your questions.
Did you have anything else you wanted to add, Ms. Murphy?
Yeah, I'll just briefly add that we're really excited about this grant possibility, as it is pretty flexible funding, and we will be spending a lot of it on further developing the RCD. As I think you all know, the RCD has really been in a capacity building phase for the last year and a half, and this will just continue to add to that. So we do have the new RCD executive director working in a part-time capacity as a contractor until August. This grant will support her work as well as the other RCD staff to be able to build those kind of systems, standard operating procedures in order to be able to better conserve the natural resources of Lake County, definitely in relationship to the Forest Service that Terry mentioned. So this will be able to support grant writing and staff development and the development of policies, et cetera. You know, and really being able to better incorporate feedback from the local community into how the RCD will plan their next steps. This will include strategic planning funding that we hope to hear from all of you about how to better integrate that into the programs that the RCD is conducting.
Thank you very much. Any comments from board members? I see none. Let's go ahead and open it up for the public. Anyone wish to speak on this item? See no hands in Zoom, no movement in the chamber. I'll bring it back to the board for action.
I move we approve the letter of support for the Coalitions and Collaboratives Community Catalyst Fund grant application submitted by the Lake County Resource Conservation District. And authorize the chair to sign.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Ms. Murphy.